I guess maybe let's just start at the top. Why are you here?
Because, they're legalizing pot in Washington State, and I'm probably one of the original stoners.
I'm just a love my chick, and I don't work.
Those days are gone. Now we're here and there, very, very, very close to the promised land. And now it's a matter of bookkeeping. It's a bookkeeping. It's a matter of the state getting its revenue, through taxes. And other than that, that's the only thing. That's the only big change. I'll tell you what. The stoner is the court jester. Remember in the courts of the old days, you had a court jester. He could say anything about anybody. And because he was funny, everybody laughed at him. The stoner was the court jester of society. He stoned so he could tell the truth about everything. And that's what made Cheech and Chong so popular, because the stoner paired up with the Mexican. It was perfect, because the stoner had no clue. He represented that innocent white America on drugs or on pot. Now he's looking at Cheech going, "Hey, you are Mexican, aren't you?" And he would ask Cheech things that white people wanted to ask Mexicans, but always were too politically correct. And so that stoner became a truth sayer. And he could comment on anything that was going down. "Hey, what are you hassling me, man? Hey, the cops, one record were pushing the car. And oh, look, the cops, man. Hey, can you pigs give us a push?" The stoner there was no filter there with the stoner. What he saw, he would say. And he could get away with it because it wasn't malicious. It wasn't done for out of fear or out of greed. He wasn't getting anything. He was just commenting on the world. And that's why he had a free pass. That's why when I went to jail, I was treated like a hero. Hey, the stoner's in jail. Guards that drove me from the main prison to the camp. He says they had a little gamble to see who was going to drive me to the camp, because they all were fans and they all wanted my autograph. I'm going in to do a 9-month stint in jail, and I'm signing an album for a guard.
The worst that the culture could come up with, they had like the Tony Montoyas of cocaine, right? They were they're killing people and raping and murder.
He's killing his own people.
Right.
Killing his brother, killing everybody.
Right.
And killing his wife, everybody.
Right.
Yeah, ruining his life.
Yeah, and they had that for cocaine, and they had the one bummer movie after another about heroin, which probably mostly true. Never done it myself, but marijuana, the worst they could do that just got instantly co-opted by you was the stoner, right? Just this relatively harmless person who seemed to be a little bit forgetful, but basically okay with whatever came along.
And welcome everyone.
You embodied that character for the 40 years that it was, people were just their lives were being wrecked. Yeah. But you embodied that character. You were able to poke at the government and the police over the whole mess. And then now you come out the other end. You're here in Washington where it's legal. How does that change your view of Chong, the stoner?
It's made me sort of corporate, to the extent where I'm meeting people, very intelligent people with suits and ties and careers and resumes, doctors. I hang with a lot of doctors and judges, I go to dinner party I was at a dinner party one time with an ex-DEA agent and 3 judges, federal judges. And we're sitting, and they're telling me Cheech and Chong stories. You know.
You were always accepted, I think, probably outside of your character because it was so successful, maybe.
Not really. No, it wasn't success. It was my attitude, or still my attitude toward life itself. You know, the thing that Pot did for me, it opened my eyes, all my senses, and I could enjoy the whole world. You know, I can enjoy everything. There was no really bad trips for me, even when I wasn't smoking, because when I was in prison, I had to quit for 3 years, and that was a high. That was a beautiful high. Being straight, if you smoke enough, being straight is a wonderful high. You start watching the sunset, and I realized, and we've been watching this every day for a week now. And then I thought, I got about 3 months left. I'm going to see if I can't watch every sunset for 3 months. And I did. And I started getting people around me, reminding me, hey, John, it's almost sunset. Come on. And I had a group of people, and we'd sit there, and every sunset was different. It was incredible. We do critiques on the sunset and tell God, it was okay. Or it was, oh, that was fabulous. You outdid yourself.
Why do we live in a culture now where marijuana is coming into the mainstream, becoming not only legal here but everywhere, and what did the stoner have to do with that?
Well, as a society, we're coming to our senses. You know, figure it out. Look at it as on the whole. Okay, society has been a sick society, especially the Bush years, and so what happened is what the stoner and what the pot has done is cured the sickness that the society was suffering from, and we're now, as a society, we're getting better, and as we get better, you'll see the insanity leave, and eventually there'll be no more wars, there'll be nothing but peace, and there'll be nothing but tranquility in the world, thanks to the stoner.
How do you play the stoner now?
I don't. I think that my stoner role is really finished. You know, I think the stoner has become a businessman. You know, I'm in the marijuana business, legitimately. I've evolved. I've evolved as a stoner. I've evolved into a stoner businessman. And it's written in the Bible to the extent where God even appeared to Moses in the form of a burning bush. I mean, how explicit can you get?
Right.
It's like God saying to Moses, here's a joint, dude. Turn on, light up, and learn.